The pancreas is a crucial organ responsible for regulating metabolism in the body. Without it, digestion would not function correctly. Unfortunately, many people experience pancreatic malfunction, leading to several health complications. In this video, we're going to talk in detail about what's bad for our pancreas, what needs to be avoided, and what needs to be known. So watch the video to the end. It's going to be very interesting and helpful. Let's get started. By the way, be sure to subscribe to our channel and click on the bell. Don't miss any of our new videos. So, item number 1 is our daily calorie intake. We will put a lot of strain on our pancreas if we eat in excess, especially if we consume more energy than we spend during the day. Indeed, pancreatic diseases, including cancer, are more common in obese and overweight people. Ideally, of course, count the calories that we consume during the day. But that, it must be said, is quite such a complicated way to go. If you're that passionate about your health, you can keep a calorie diary. But you can also do something simpler. Measure your weight and waist circumference regularly and observe. If our weight and waist circumference increases, then we are overeating and we need to cut back on calories. There are very average numbers, such as 2,200 kilocalories for an adult. But you have to understand that everything is very much individual. People are different, and people are different in their size. Someone weighs 50 kilograms, and someone weighs 150. People's metabolism are different. Some people don't eat a lot and are still overweight, and some people eat pretty much and are still in good shape. So the daily caloric intake is also different for everyone. But it is very important for the health of the whole body and the pancreas in particular. But here we need to make, again, one clarification. If at any point you suddenly decide that you want to lose a healthy amount of weight and you start dropping weight drastically, extremely, that also carries risks. If we lose weight, it's the right decision, but we also need to lose weight gradually, smoothly, not more than 1 kilogram per week. It's about 2.2 pounds. If we lose weight faster, it carries risks. In particular, if we lose weight sharply, our liver starts to produce large amounts of cholesterol. This not only increases the risk to our blood vessels, but can also provoke gallstones. The next bad habit for us is eating 1 to 2 meals a day in very large quantities. So, for example, we eat all of our daily 2,000 kilocalories at dinner, or we eat half for breakfast and half for dinner. That's not healthy, and the pancreas won't thank us for it. It's optimal to eat 4 to 6 meals a day. Of course, I understand that 6 meals a day, it's just difficult to organize. It is enough to distribute your diet into at least 4 meals, but certainly not less. It's also recommended to eat slowly, take your time, and chew your food thoroughly. This is very important. Because when does digestion begin? Already in the mouth when we chew it. Because already at this stage, together with saliva, food is mixed with enzymes and digestion begins. The temperature of the food. You should not abuse too hot or too cold food. The most optimal temperature is slightly warm. That is, not room temperature, but slightly higher. But if we want to eat an apple, we certainly do not need to heat it in the microwave. But it is better to eat the main dishes warm. The next point is a lack of protein. If we are protein malnourished and we are deficient in amino acids, this is bad for the pancreas. Protein sources can be either animal or vegetable. Of course, in terms of amino acid composition, animal protein is higher quality and more represented. But the problem is that some animal sources of protein carry other troubles. Some fatty pieces of pork or beef will be heavy food for our gastrointestinal tract. Therefore, it is optimal to prefer fish in the first place and chicken or turkey breast fillets in the second place, white meat. Also, a good source will serve not very fatty dairy products. You should also pay attention to legumes, beans, peas, lentils, chickpeas, and so on. Indeed, legumes have such a high protein content that they come pretty close to meat. But how much protein should you eat? Researchers believe that an adult should eat at least 0.9 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight. You can round up to 1 gram. But you should understand that eating too much protein is also harmful to the liver and kidneys. So, how to determine your rate? If you are not engaged in sports, then you need to eat 1 gram of protein per kilogram of body weight. If we do sports, we eat 1.5 grams of protein for every kilogram of body weight. And now, let's talk about those foods that are not recommended to eat in large quantities to save our pancreas. So, it is worth it to limit and not abuse a lot of fatty meat. Under no circumstances should you use margarine, not at all for any reason. If you have margarine in your refrigerator, throw it away immediately. This is an extremely harmful product. Also, smoked foods are not recommended. Also, you need to limit sugar. How much sugar can I eat? There are different views on this. Some say you can eat relatively safely up to 30 grams of sugar a day. It's 1 ounce. But some researchers say you can eat no more than 5 grams of sugar a day. 5 grams of sugar is downright steep and extreme. If you can do that, that's great. Of course, alcohol and smoking hurt the pancreas, as do carbonated and sugary drinks. It's also worth mentioning coffee, especially if we drink strong coffee on an empty stomach. Some people have such a habit, to get up in the morning and immediately a cup of strong coffee to cheer up. But for the gastrointestinal tract and pancreas is a very undesirable event. Of course, processed meat should be minimized. Various sausages, fast food, deep-fried hamburgers, chips, and fries. And it is also worth limiting spicy foods. And also, nutritionists have singled out grapes as a separate item. It would seem that this is a fruit, and fruit is useful. But if we are honest, then the grapes are much more harmful than beneficial. They don't prove much in the way of vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants, but they do provide a lot of sugar. When we eat grapes, it's like eating sugar with spoons. And to conclude, it's worth mentioning salt. As I've said many times before, there is a gold standard with salt. Eat 2 to 5 grams per day. That's 1/10 of an ounce. If we abuse salt, it starts to put a big burden on the kidneys, the cardiovascular system, and the pancreas. So don't oversalt your food. By the way, write in the comments which of these foods you eat. Or do you have any experiences or thoughts that you can share? Tell me in the comments. It'd be interesting. And now, I highly recommend you watch my other video where I talk about the top 6 foods that are good for your pancreas. These are worth including in your diet. And this video is a great addition to what I've been talking about here, and you'll have a complete picture. The link to the video just appeared on the screen, and I left a link in the description and pinned it in the top commentary. Be sure to check it out. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like button and subscribe to our channel. See you in the video about the top 6 foods that are good for your pancreas.